I now call upon Acting President Martin Cavanagh to address conference.
Thank you, Jackie. Chair, conference, colleagues, warm welcome to all delegates and visitors to ADC 2024. And on behalf of the National Executive Committee, I sincerely thank you all for being here and taking part in this most democratic of union's structures. I want to thank you all and our branch reps for all your hard work over the last year. It's been a privilege and honour to address you for the first time since my election as President, and I hope this is the start of a long and fraternal relationship between us. I will carry out my duties as President with honesty and integrity, and as this great union enters a new era, I will work tirelessly on behalf of all of you and members of PCS. I also want to thank my predecessor and now General Secretary Fran Heathcote. Fran is a fighter and represents everything that makes this union the fighting force that it is. I want to thank Fran in particular for the support and advice that she's given me since the 1st of February while I've been acting as President of this brilliant union. I've no doubt that PCS will go from strength to strength under Fran's stewardship, and I can't think of anyone better placed to lead it, well, apart from maybe Jurgen Klopp. And my thanks also to the outgoing NEC for their commitment over the past 12 months. Your guidance and leadership were crucial parts of our historic national campaign. And congratulations to everyone elected to the NEC that will convene for the first time after this conference. The key theme, I hope, comrades, for the NEC will be that of unity. The next 12 months are going to be so important for us as a union and our movement. And that's why unity is more important than it's ever been before. Toxic debates and judgment calls based on personalities rather than facts do not do everyone a disservice and do not take us forward. And false narratives that misrepresent the union don't do anybody any favours either. Conference, let's unite on common ground and remember who the real enemies are. And conference, we've shown that when we do unite, we can deliver for members. Our national campaign saw us embark on highly effective, sustained, targeted action, as well as all-member action. During the 3 days of national all-member action, in coordination with other unions, an average of 70,000 PCS members were out on strike on each of those days. And the targeted action saw us take 118 days of strikes in the first phase and 186 days in the second. It was this strategy of combined action which saw us draw unprecedented concessions from the Tory government. For the first time ever, the civil service pay remit was increased. Not only did the action you took result in the remit being increased, but it was more than doubled. And the cost of living payment of £1,500 did put more money in members' pockets, regardless of all the issues that came with it. It should not be forgotten as well, comrades, that the Tory electoral manifesto pledge to reduce our civil service compensation scheme and redundancy terms by 33% was dropped by the Tory government. It was a hugely successful start of the campaign, and everyone should be incredibly proud of what we achieved. But we were also clear that not enough had been won. We have, though, shown that we can win for members, and we will do so again. But again, that can only happen when we are united, because without that, it's our members who will lose out. Conference, our members have been through too much for us to get this wrong. A third of members have told us that they've skipped meals. Just under 10% have had to use a food bank. And what a shameful record for this rotten government, when tens of thousands of our members are not only on the minimum wage, but also having to claim in-work benefits. And everything that's happened, let's work together to get our members the justice and respect that they deserve. So let's take that commitment to unity into this week and the year ahead. And that starts with the assessment of our national ballot result. In the days gone by, we would be welcoming this result of getting on with the job and planning strike action. Tens of thousands of our members voting to take strike action for better pay, pensions, justice and job security. But the damaging anti-union laws make our life and our movement incredibly difficult. So as we assess the results, let's ensure we do so with fairness and honesty in mind. Because we can use this result as an opportunity to improve how we engage with members and how we organise as a union. Conference, we can learn lessons from our numerous victories we've had over the past year, and that requires the unity that I've stressed so much in my address already today. Elsewhere, we've been flexing our industrial, political and campaigning muscles in a fight back against this government's shameful treatment of asylum seekers and refugees. It's this union that has been at the forefront of the fight back. Our members in the border force took a brave and principled stand against the disgraceful policy of pushing boats back into the Channel. And thanks to this union, alongside others, the government eventually dropped it. But the government's demonisation of asylum seekers and refugees didn't stop there, Conference, did it? And neither did our determination to fight back. The government came back with the despicable Rwanda deportation policy. And again, it was this union that took a stand. Our legal case went all the way to the Supreme Court, where the policy was ruled unlawful. It was a stunning victory, and it's thanks to our members in the border force for coming to their union to fight back that started that process. We know that this desperate government has brought the Rwanda policy back, but again, we are resisting. We're in negotiations with our lawyers, but the message is a simple one. Absolutely nothing is off the table. What we've shown with our stunning victories on issues like Rwanda is that we can make a huge difference to some of those vulnerable in our communities. And as we head closer and closer to a general election, we know that we will almost certainly have a Labour government before the end of the year. So we need to put maximum pressure on them to do the right thing, by you and by all of our members. 5 years of tinkering around the edges just won't cut it. You've been through too much. Our members have been through too much to be let down, and even though we're not affiliated, let's commit ourselves to ensure that a Labour government improves the lives of our members. So, Conference, with a pivotal and defining year ahead of this union and the country, let's work together this week to set a winning agenda. We all have a common enemy, so let's have a successful and fraternal week so we can set this union on course to beat them. And when Conference has made its decisions this week, let's all get behind it, including the incoming National Executive Committee. Let's all get behind the principle of unity this week. Take part in the debates with respect for each other's delegates' views where they differ. And let's take pride in our union. We have and can be a fighting force for good. We've shown that time and time again, comrades. I move my address.
Thank you, Acting President.